Hi everybody, welcome to today's presentation. This is from Family League with Mr. Kabada. So this time I'm going to present Free Talk 3. We have already just published or presented the first two free talks. The first one is about talking about the doctor's medical examination. The second free talk was about describing about a person, which are important or helpful to improve your speaking or your speaking fluency, the ability to speak, the ability to communicate with one another. The value of these free talk topics are important. So as we see in the previous time, topics are given and sometimes some hints are given here, and based on the hints or the clues, so you are coming to present, you are coming to talk freely about the titles, which pushes or encourages you to speak orally, which is important, again, to improve your speaking skills. So today's lesson is Free Talk 3. Free Talk 3, which is talking about events. Talking about events. What are events means? As a kind of just sudden events or incidents, yes? Sudden events, or maybe incident events, maybe something, planned events, yes? Planned events. Events are, just events are not only a kind of one. Events are different events. Just if they are different or various kinds of events, our vocabulary usage will be completely different, because the events invite you and me to use different vocabulary words. Not only vocabulary words, but the language expressions are also various expressions, because the events are completely different. So some events are sudden events. Then how can you talk about that sudden event? Because you cannot just plan kinds of vocabulary words, kinds of language expression that you talk about. Sudden events happen, then how can you describe that sudden events? How can you talk about, or how can you tell the events to that sudden events to your friends, maybe another person? Sudden events. And what about incidents? Incidents happens, unconsciously. So what kinds of incident happen, and how can you talk? What vocabulary words are important, and phrasal verbs are important to talk about that incident happenings or incident event. The other is planned events. We think of something in our mind which is planned. Actually, planned means I planned and I'm going to do, or I'm going to talk about that event. So if it is planned, I have already designed some common vocabulary which I'm going to talk, and I have already designed some common English expression that I'm going to talk. So the language and my pronunciation will be active and effective and fluent if it is planned events. So at this time of talking, at this time of presentation, we'll discuss about events, maybe a kind of incident events. First, let's see here. Talking about or asking my friend to do something with me, to do something with me. This is the first event, please. When I come, this is the first event, Let me talk about asking my friend to do something with me. It's a kind of event. If I am able to, or I can speak about these events, just my ways of communication, my ways of speaking is a little bit improved, because this is an incident event, I haven't designed, I haven't already memorized vocabulary words, common language expressions to talk about this event, things which happen incidentally. So I can speak about this incident happiness, which as I told you before, valuable contribution to improve your spoken English as well as your communicative fluency. So here, asking my friend to do something with me. Assume. Yes, assume. I am a grade 12 student. Look here, I'm a grade 12 student. Yes, my mother, today in the morning, my mother ordered me to buy something or for shopping in a Arada market or Sunday market. When I went to Arada market, I suddenly meet my old friend that he came from work. And I asked him to go with me for shopping. First, I asked him whether he has a work or not. And he said to me, I don't have anything to do, so I will do what you asked me to do. He agreed with my question. Then, both my friend and I went for shopping. We bought vegetables, fruits, goods, and services. After that, I invited my friend to have a drink in Tahiti Hotel. We both went to Tahiti Hotel, and the waiter came to and asked what we would like to drink and just have maybe a kind of eat. I and my friend ordered breakfast, and we ate breakfast and half tea. After finishing eating or getting service from Tahiti Hotel, we took a taxi to home. And after a 30-minute drive, we arrived at my home. And we went to my home. And I gave to my mother what she ordered me to buy. And she gave us thank you or gratitude. And then she invited or she gave us a big lunch, a big and very delicious lunch. My friend and I ate my lunch. And she also invited tea. We drank tea. After taking our lunch, we left our home and went to outside. And my friend went to his home and I went to my school for studying my English courses. This is all about talking about events. So simply, when I'm talking about these events, I cannot memorize words and expressions. I simply just design or thinking about the events which go with the events that my mother ordered me to do it. Then I can talk about. This is a kind of talking events, yeah? A kind of talking events. What you think here is, first, what my mother ordered and meet my friend, and look here, asked him, and he agreed. We both went for shopping, yeah? With shopping. Then what? After finishing, it had tea. And then take a bajaj or a taxi. And then arrived home and lunch and tea and final. These are the events, yeah? These are the events. Using these, maybe some phrases and words, I can just talk about these events, yeah? I can talk about events. What about you? What about you? Can you talk about a kind of sudden event just like this one? Take an example, one event, please. Talking about events, what you did in the morning. This is your assignment. Try to practice and speak fluently, please. Thank you very much. The second one, another event here is, talking about free talk story, which is called talking about friendship. Maybe this is not an event actually. This is not a kind of event. This is not a kind of event. Let me think about one event, yeah. Talking about my big breakfast. Yes, today's breakfast. Today's breakfast. By the way, this is true for intermediate learners and advanced learners here. This event, talking about events. This is true for mid, intermediate, and advanced because it is a kind of skills to present, to talk about these sudden events, yeah. The ability to speak with great and meaningful accuracy of grammar structure, yes? Because you are standing here and the language that you should be meaningful and accuracy of grammar is more expected, more mandatory in some ways, all right? The second event is my today's breakfast. Let me talk about my today's breakfast, yeah. Yes, today's Sunday. I wake up at 12:30, yes. I wake up at 12:30. I went to the resting room and then I come back and washed my hands and face. I brushed my teeth. Then I went to the kitchen to prepare my big breakfast. Everything is ready in the kitchen. I first brought a knife and which is called a kind of just utensil that we used to cut onions. That I first cut onions and I prepare a very big breakfast, which is an spaghetti. After that, after eating my breakfast, I wash my hands and at 2, I went to my friend's house. So my today's breakfast was this is my first time to prepare such kinds of breakfast. I felt happy because my stomach was increased and I was really satisfied eating for that delicious breakfast. So this is the second event, okay? This is the second event, which is called today's breakfast. What about you? Can you talk about a kind of event? An example, please. What is today? Can you talk about today in general? What about Sunday or maybe your favorite day? Either Sunday, Saturday, Friday, or another day, please. This is a kind of event. Another assignment, please. Can you talk about what happened when you are studying in library? It's a kind of event. What happened when you meet with your friend? It's a kind of event. What happened when one of your old friends phoned to you? And what happened during your learning of English language in university? These are a million of sudden events are happening. Take these events and practice. Finally, you'll be a fluent speaker of English language. This is talking about events. I'll present, or there is also another topic which go together with talking events. That's called Free Talk 4. The title that I'm going to present is What Well-Being Mean? Well-being. Stay with me. Thank you for today's presentation. But don't forget to write comments and share to your friends and about subscribe my YouTube channel. That's from again, Mr. Kabara from Family English Language Improvement Center, Family League.